Hi everyone. So I'm here to discuss for my final assessment in Bit 235 the Excel, Word, or PDF file format handling capabilities of the Java programming language. I believe when I researched this topic, there are different ways to do this, but one of the most common libraries or packages that's used right now is Apache POI. So what is Apache POI? Apache POI is basically an open source, a well-trusted open source library that's available online that is used to be able to read and write files created in Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. There are several classes that usually start with this is going to be a mouthful HSSF, XSSF, or SXSSF. So we'll know the meaning of those acronyms in a little while. So basically, those are some of the classes that's included in the library. So how to use it? So basically, you just need to go to https://poi.apache.org/download.html and download the latest version that's available. And then add the jar files from the zip file that you will get to the current library that you're working on. So as you can see based on my screenshots, those are some of the jar files that comes from POI package. So I just added it to my project that I created. So these are some of the different components of Apache POI. So just to put it in basic terms, imagine you have a box of building blocks, and each block represents data or information that you would like to include in your Excel or Word file. Well, you can think of Apache POI as a special tool that helps you organize and arrange those blocks so that it's formatted in the Excel file or Word file that you will create. So that's the purpose of the Apache POI. And I've also read that you can do this using Maven project. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to dive into that because I don't know how to set up a Maven project. But I believe if you use Maven, there is no need for you to download the packages from the website because I think Maven will automatically do that for you. So here are some of the components that I mentioned that's part of the Apache POI library. Some of the things that I use will be like this one, XWPF, which stands for XML Word Processor Format. So basically, it is used to read and write .docx extension files of MS Word, and I believe .docx is the latest file format that's being used right now in Microsoft Word. And we also have XSSF or XML spreadsheet format. It is used to handle .xlsx file formats of Microsoft Excel or the newer versions. Now, if you're curious about the older versions like the .doc or the XLS, you can still use the HWPF classes or Horrible Word Processor Format or HWPF and HSSF or Horrible Spreadsheet Format 4.xls. So it is still possible to read and write on older formats of Microsoft Excel and Word. So here are some of the classes that's included in Apache POI. So like XWPF document. So it is used to create MS Word document with the .docx file format. So as you can see, those are some of the methods that you can use from this class, like commit, create paragraph, create table, and create TOC or table of contents. Like if you want to generate a table of contents, the same way you would do it in Microsoft Word. You can also get the style, so that the get style method will return the styles of the objects inside your Word document. Then we also have XWPF paragraph. So XWPF paragraph is another class inside the package that is used to create paragraph in a Word document. So this instance is used to add all types of elements into the Word document. So you have methods like get alignment, create run. So like if you want to add a new paragraph to an existing Word document, you can also set the alignment using the set alignment method. And please take note there are parameters included in the particular method. So I guess you need to specify whether it's center, justified, left, or right aligned. And then you can also set borders for the different parts of the page itself, like the top border, the left border, the right border, and also there was another method for the bottom border. And then XWPF run. So this is used to add a region of text to a paragraph. So like look at this method, the add break, similar to inserting a page break in Microsoft Word. And you can also use the add tab button to add a tab for a specific sentence in a paragraph. And as you can see, you can also use some other methods to format the look of your Microsoft Word, like the set color, set font size, and set text is probably one of the most common methods that you will use because you can use that to add a sentence or sentences to a paragraph. Then set bold if you want to uh, highlight a specific word or letter and set it to bold. As you can see, it accepts a parameter as well, whether true or false. Next up would be XSSF Workbook. So it is a class that is used to represent both high and low level Excel file formats. It belongs to the org.apache.xssf.useModel package, and it implements the workbook interface. So this is what you will use to create a workbook for your Excel file. So we have methods like create sheet, so create a sheet for you. And then as you can see, there's an overloaded method for this class. We also have another create sheet, and for this one it has a parameter wherein you can specify a sheet name if you want to not just set it as sheet 1, like if you want to instantly name the sheet that you will create. And we also have create font, create cell style, lock revision, like if you don't want anybody else to make any changes to the workbook that you're working on, and set active sheet. So let's say you have multiple tabs of sheets and you want to always want to highlight or have one particular sheet activated whenever the Excel file is open. You can use this method, and as you can see, it has a parameter of an integer. So basically, I believe you just need to specify the index or the position of the sheet that you would like to be set active whenever the Excel file is open. So that's it for the Apache POI. And then next, I'll be discussing about how to handle PDF file formats using a different library or package. For PDF file formats, what I came across for my research is PDFbox. There's actually a ton of other libraries or packages that's used to handle reading and writing to PDF file formats, but this is the one that I chose. So what is PDFbox? Well, similar to Apache POI, PDFbox is free and open source library that's also written in Java. So it allows for the creation and conversion of PDF documents. And similar to Apache POI, it is distributed as a set of jar files. So it enables the production of new PDF documents, the alteration of existing documents, the bookmarking of PDF documents, and the extraction of material from PDF documents. Like let's say you want to extract images from PDF documents, you can do that with the help of PDFbox. And it can also be used to digitally sign, print, and validate files in accordance with the PDF/A-1B standard. So as you can see, it has several use cases. So here's a little diagram of the different features of PDFbox. So with it, you can use that to create PDF, of course. You can also use that to create forms, wherein you can also put data in. And then as I mentioned earlier, I've touched on briefly earlier, you can use PDFbox to extract text and images from existing PDF files. You can use it to print. You can also use the PDFbox to save, let's say, an existing PDF file and save it as an image format like JPEG or PNG. You can also use it for signing documents and also for file pre-flight and memory usage. So I'll be showing you my code or some of my codes that I created, demonstrating the features of Apache POI and PDFbox. So let me just go to my Eclipse. So hi, so I have my Eclipse IDE pulled up, and as you can see, I have created a project named P235 Assessment 3, and inside this I created a package named file handler. And what I did was I created several classes. One class for handling Word, one class for handling Excel, and one class for handling PDF files. So let's start with the Word. So I implemented just a very few simple methods. So the first method is the create Word file. So basically, with this method, it will have a parameter of two strings. One is for the file path, and one is for the file name that you would like to use for your document. So as you can see here, I also imported the Apache POI package. So I imported or.apache.poi.swpf.username.asterisk so that I don't have to specify each one that's included in this particular package. So as you can see, I created a document object, an XWPF document object with a variable name document. So this will create a document for me. And then this one will print or output the hello world sentence on the new document that will be created. And for this one, this is just a simple conditional check whether to see if that particular file already exists. And if that file name already exists, it will delete it and then it will just rewrite it with the new one. And I used the other concepts that was discussed by Max in class, which is the file input and output stream, to successfully write it out on my folder. So as you can see, I created a folder in my coding workspace, a Word underscore Excel underscore PDF. And as of the moment, there are no new contents on this one. And let's see this in action. So I created another Java file here, which is just a file handle test. And as you can see, I have three different variables of different object types. There is one which is a word handler variable, which is a type of a word file handler class, which is the one that I created. And I just declared other string variables for the file path and the file names for Word, Excel, and PDF. So first, let's test these two lines of code. So basically, we will just run the create word file and the read word file. And the read word file basically will open the word file that's going to be passed on to the parameters, and it will output the contents of that word file on the console. So let's give it a test. So as you can see, it says word file created successfully, and this was the text. And let's see, as you will look, I now have a document named example.docx, which is this one that I declared. Right, so as I was saying, as you can see, I declared several variables with as type string, one to specify the path of where I would like the specific file to be saved, and one for each file type to specify the file name. So just to test this code, I implemented the create word method and the read word file method. So I've already highlighted the create word file. Now the read word file, basically it will just take two parameters. One is the file path and one is the file name of the word that you would like to process or parse. And it will show the contents of that word in the console. So as you can see, I've already successfully run those two lines. And if you look at my folder here, we now have an example.docx and hello world is written. I've also implemented another method, which is the add paragraph method as well as the delete paragraph method. So basically with the add paragraph method, it will just create a new XWPF paragraph object using the existing document and using the set text method of that particular class. I would add the content which will be passed on to the parameters when you call the method. So if you look at my file test class here, let me take this out of the comments. So as you can see, this line will add this new paragraph. So I declared it as a string named new paragraph, And as you can see, when I call the method, I included the variable name for the path, the variable name for the Word file, and the paragraph that I would like to add to the one that's already created. Let me run that again. So you can see the console outputted the additional message that the paragraph was added successfully. Let's take a look at my Word document. All right, as you can see, I was able to successfully add the new paragraph using that method. Now, let's say I want to add another paragraph. So let's just copy this one. See how it would look like. Oh, okay, sorry. I need to use a different file name. I mean, a new variable name. So let's see if that will work. Okay, let's see how our Excel file looks like. So as you can see, there are now 3 paragraphs in my Word document. Now I also implemented a delete paragraph. So this one, the parameters are almost the same. We have the path, the file name, and then an integer to specify the index of the paragraph. And I believe the index starts at 0 for PDF box. So let's try that delete function. So as you can see, I declared another variable here, paragraph index to delete 1. So that should be the second paragraph that I entered. Let's see if that will remove the paragraph that I just entered. As you can see, the console said that I was able to successfully delete the paragraph. Let's see what my Word document looks like now. Alright, as you can see, there are now just 2 paragraphs remaining in the Word document. So that means I was successful in creating the add paragraphs and delete paragraph methods. And if you look at it, if you look at the API of Apache POI, there's lots and lots of methods and classes that you can use. So if you wish, you can have other methods created to format your document, like make sure that the alignments are set on a specific way. But unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to implementing those particular methods. But it's really easy to use the POI library because it's very easy to understand, especially if you read the API documentation. Now let's move on to demonstrating the Excel file handling. So let me just put this in a comment. So first, let's demonstrate creating an Excel file and reading the content of the Excel file using just these 2 lines. So as you can see, for this one, this is I created a variable named workbook, which is a workbook type object, which will create the Excel file with the file name under the file path using the file input stream methods. And with this one, basically what it does is it will create an Excel file with some headers. And sorry, I was looking at the wrong method. So yeah, this is the name of the headers: principal, return of ROI, return of investment, time, interest, and this will be the values inserted into the second row for these, which will align with the headers that I create. So let's test it out so that you can understand better. Alright, so as you can see, the console outputted this one. So basically, this is the contents of the Excel file that I created. So you can see we now have a new file named example.xlsx. Sorry, I'm really having a hard time pronouncing those file formats. So as you can see, we created an Excel file with the values principal, ROIT, interest. And so these are the headers, and these are the contents of the second row. Now I implemented another method to show how Java can be used to format the contents of an Excel file. So let me just take it out of comments. So for this one, format Excel file, basically the way this thing works is I called several methods, which is part of the POI class, to set the border. The basically I this will draw a border around the cells and set the alignment to center. And then if it's a header, it will set the black background to black and the font to white. And then I have a for loop here inside a for loop. So basically, this will apply the cell style for the depending on whether it's a header type or just a normal type. And then for this particular line, basically this will just adjust the width of the column if the length of the value is not enough to contain it. So basically, this will simulate the auto-fit the column with function in Excel. So let's give it a test. Alright, so as you can see, I have a line here that will say Excel file formatted successfully. Let's see how it looks like now. And by the way, if you notice, this one is a formula. It's not a an actual value that's typed in. So the way I implemented my read Excel file is I implemented using a case, one for to check whether if it's a numeric, one to check whether if it's a string, and one to check whether if it's a formula. And the way I check if it's a formula is using this particular class, which is a formula evaluator, which is also still part of the Apache POI package. Okay. So moving on to the last file type, which is a PDF. And also, while I was testing out this code, I noticed that whenever you add a new content or line of text in a PDF, we also have to check whether there's already a text or a content in that specific area. So if you look at my code later, there's a bit of some computation just to check whether we need to adjust the X offset or the Y offset. So first, let's test out this code, and let's just create a PDF document without anything written on it. Okay, it says PDF file successfully created. So as you can see, there's now an example of the PDF file created on my folder. And yeah, it has no content as of the moment. So this one, I declared a page text variable, which is a string buffer object. And basically I used the append method that's part of the string buffer object to write several lines of text, which will then be passed on to the add content to PDF file method. So this is my add content to PDF file method. So as you can see, it has three parameters: one for the path, one for the file name, and one for the string buffer object. So basically, this code will just check the number of pages, and then it will also calculate the remaining space. And if there's not enough space, it will write a new PDF page. So that's why we have this PDP page declaration here in an if statement. And I have these variables to get the computations of the margins. And this variable basically will just check the height of the text or the image. It's an image of the content that's already in there. And here I have another declaration, which is a array list of string. And this is another method that I created, parse individual lines. The parse individual lines, I believe, is that's about this one. So the parse individual lines, it will just take the string buffer object and read each line and then output it to the and that to another method here in content. So just to display how it works. So yeah, I actually also called the read PDF file method here so that we'll be able to see the contents in the console. So as you can see, this is the same ones that I declared here. And let's take a look at the actual PDF file. There you go. We now have the new paragraphs showing up, or new text showing up in the PDF file that we created. So that's just some of the codes that I managed to implement. But as you can see, it's really flexible, versatile. You can do a lot of things using PDF Box and Apache POI, depending on which file type you would like to be handled. So just to conclude, Java has robust file handling features for working with Word, Excel, and PDF files. And developers may easily create, read, write, and manipulate various file types with the help of Java tools, such as the ones that I use today, Apache POI and PDFbox. And also Java's file handling capabilities will enable us to save the output of any program to a file and perform operation on it using the java.io package file. That's so overall, the file handling capabilities of Java make it a versatile language for interacting with numerous file formats and executing various actions on them. So that's one more advantage of Java, not just as an object-oriented programming language, but also as a way to manipulate, read, and write different file formats, which in this case is the Word, Excel, and PDF files. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice evening.